Maybe you've seen every episode, but how well do you know the inner workings of this hit TLC show? Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 behind-the-scenes secrets about Say Yes to the Dress. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're looking at the most interesting and surprising things that have been reported or claimed about the making of this much-loved reality show. Number 10. There are strict rules on set.
Which one are you going to start with? Start with a normal one so my mother-in-law doesn't die.
When you're watching an episode of Say Yes to the Dress, everything might look easy and natural. But in fact, the process of filming the show is much more complex than you would think.
I want people to come to my wedding and go, wow, I've never seen that before.
One bride reported that there are guidelines as to what you can have on set with you, and even what you can wear. She said that no one in her party was allowed to wear pink because it would clash with the background, and no one was allowed to have cell phones with them.
It cannot be white. It's gotta be like some bright color, maybe pink, red.
When we tell you just how long they actually film for, the last one seems like an even bigger deal. Number 9. One bride took legal action.
Okay, tell me, do we want the wow factor or?
I would love to look like Beyonce on my wedding day.
Every bride dreams of having that moment when you walk down the aisle and everyone, including your groom, gets to see you in your gown for the first time.
Are we saying yes to the dress?
Saying yes to both dresses.
Alexandra Godino says the show ruined this opportunity for her when they aired her episode of the show before her wedding date, something they allegedly agreed they would not do.
I'm pretty sure every woman who's ever been married or dreamt about getting married can understand.
She said to the New York Post, "If I for one second thought they would air this before my wedding, I would never have done it. Ever, ever, ever." She attempted to stop the show from airing, but was unsuccessful.
Everyone's kind of already seen me as a bride before I was actually a bride.
Number 8. The narrator doesn't see the dresses.
Rachel's regret was buying a traditional lace mermaid gown that she now hates.
You know the faceless narrator who tells you all the details about each dress, including price and designer? Turns out he has a name, Roger Craig Smith.
So with her wedding just months away, Jenny needs to find her a stark white replacement.
And you may be surprised to learn that he is not on set or even looking at the dresses when he reads out those descriptions. He lives all the way across the country in California and records his lines in a sound studio without so much as images of the dresses to reference.
After another visit to the salon, Tamera finally felt like a bride and said yes to this pink Pnina gown. But she recently had a change of heart and called to order the dress in white instead of blush.
But he's not totally unsentimental, saying that you're celebrating what is arguably an occasion for one of life's biggest moments. Number 7. You don't see all the dresses.
How do you feel?
I don't love it.
If you've seen an episode or 100 of Say Yes to the Dress, you know that each bride typically shows her entourage a few dresses before deciding on one.
Okay, first reaction.
Thumbs down.
According to BuzzFeed, however, every bride who's on the show actually tries, on average, 6 to 15 gowns. But the ones that don't garner a big reaction from the bride or her friends and family don't make it onto the show.
I'm feeling a little too chesty. It's too revealing.
Something else we don't see is the fact that there's actually a sales section at Kleinfeld for brides with smaller budgets. Number 6. The producers create drama.
I brought everybody here with me today because I am looking for outside opinions, but I'm gonna make the ultimate decision myself.
This should come as no surprise because it's likely true on any reality television show. But the people behind Say Yes to the Dress definitely like to stir up some drama for the cameras.
I'm very opinionated, but she's gonna listen to me.
Courtney Wright, who appeared on one of the spin-offs of the show, said that the bride had to write out descriptions of who she was bringing, what their personalities were like, if they got along with everyone else, what upsets them, what they would disagree with, and things like that.
I don't like this one though, Dad.
That's what you're wearing.
She also said that during her interviews, they would dig deeper if they sensed any drama on the horizon. No surprises there.
The lace actually almost kind of does look like a grandmother's tablecloth.
Number 5. Regular brides can also appear on the show.
My wedding dress is blue and white seersucker.
Any bride who is actually featured on the show has to send in an application in order to be chosen, so it's a misconception that anyone who walks in the doors of Kleinfeld could end up being one of the brides you see choosing her dress.
Sparkly red sneakers is an outrageous choice for wedding gear, but this bride is all about being carefree and comfy on her wedding day.
But even regular people can be seen in the background, because if you go shopping there on a day when filming is taking place, you'll have to consent to have your likeness appear in an episode of the show. For anyone who really doesn't want to, though, there is a possibility to avoid it by notifying your consultant.
Okay, Dina, what do you think?
Oh yes, this is the dress.
Are we gonna say yes?
Number 4, Pnina gets priority.
I'm pulling a sexy Pnina Tournée dress. It is $1,200 over Mackenzie's budget.
Pnina Tournée has basically been the best-selling gown designer at Kleinfeld since they started filming the show back in 2007, and there might just be a reason for that.
You look absolutely amazing.
Yeah. Spin?
Okay. What do you think, Jen? I love it.
This is a dress.
Not only do her dresses tend to be the most over-the-top and intricate, but the designer herself always manages to make an appearance at the most opportune moment. Unfortunately, she and her work might be a little too present.
I'm going straight to Pnina. I'm not worried about need of color because we could always order a Pnina dress in a different color.
One bride who shopped there separate from the show even said that she had one request: no Pnina Tournée. And yet, the first dress she was presented with by her consultant was by the designer. Worse yet, it was $3,000 over budget.
I guess no dinner for tonight.
Number 3, taping is an all-day affair.
It feels a bit more conservative than it looks on the hanger. It's just not working.
We all know by now that a lot of work goes into creating a half hour of TV. But you still might be surprised by the actual figure. Brides and their entourages are often there for 8 hours.
I do not feel confident at all in this.
It's just not you.
Next.
That's a full workday. In the end, each bride is only on screen for about 10 to 12 minutes. So that's a lot of time to be filming.
It's close, I feel good, but I feel like it's missing a belt.
Here we go. Does this help?
When you consider the fact that your cell phone has been taken away, it could end up feeling more like an episode of Survivor than a fun shopping trip.
Are you saying yes to this dress?
Number 2, all the brides they tape end up on the show.
I just want to hug it.
You know how sometimes you watch an episode of Say Yes to the Dress that feels totally anticlimactic? Where the bride doesn't actually pick anything and the narrator states that she never came back to the shop?
One bride leaves not so happily ever after, never to return again.
That's not what we're here for. It's right there in the title. We want to see people trying on dresses and then saying yes to them.
Are you crazy, Mom?
Yes, I will answer that for you. Yes, your mom is crazy.
This is it.
But it turns out that the show really does put almost every bride that they tape onto the final show, even in situations where their weddings end up being canceled. Yikes.
This one.
This is it.
It's this one. Oh, stop.
Number 1, there's a reason the bride talks to a mirror.
It's romantic, it's beachy, it's simple. There's nothing not to like about it.
If you are a serious SYTTD devotee, you've probably noticed a weird practice that takes place when the brides try each dress on. When they walk into the showroom, they actually stand facing the mirror and talk about what they think of the dress rather than actually showing it to their friends and family who are behind them.
What do you guys think? This is more.
Why not just go right to bed?
Yeah, that's for after the wedding.
That's because for filming, the camera person wants to be able to get the best shot of the full dress as well as the bride's reaction.
Oh my gosh, I look so pretty.
She only turns around once the camera setup has been moved to focus on her entourage.
I love everything about this dress. It makes me feel sexy. I love the sequins. I love how it's see-through over here. It's tight. And I love how everything over here has the wow factor.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from MsMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.